What's up, ranchers? Checking in on you here in March, and I wanted to do a video on chainsaws. So let's talk about chainsaws. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the ranch. All right, ranchers, wanted to check in, and winter's drawing to the end. That means we're gonna get back out there and hit some habitat. And I've been thinking, make a quick video about what I think has been the most valuable thing that I have in my habitat arsenal. And I know what you're saying, well, it must be a plow, it must be a tractor, it must be all sorts of great machinery, a seed driller. Well, I gotta be honest, it's a chainsaw. And if you're thinking about getting some land, take my advice. I've been doing the land management thing now for a few years, and I am by no means a professional. I am just a super enthusiast. And I can tell you that this chainsaw, well, not this chainsaw, but chainsaws in general, have been probably the most versatile and important tool that I have used in everything I've been doing. It seems to always be there, always be in the background, always needed for putting in tree stands. You got to cut shooting limbs. You want to hinge cut a bedding area. You need to cut things down. You need to make logging roads. You need to do so much. You want to make a fire? We're cutting some firewood. They are everywhere in the deer, land management, habitat, all that stuff if you're doing the great outdoors. So if you're thinking about getting into doing this kind of stuff like I'm doing at the ranch, I would say invest in a chainsaw. And not only that, invest in the knowledge of how they work before you get out there and hurt yourself, because they are dangerous. I mean, get a good chainsaw, get some experience, do some small cutting until you get really comfortable with how one of these machines works. I just listened to a great podcast about chainsaws, and I was in over my head, and I've been using chainsaws for a long time, and these guys were like, woo, super professional. With that also being said, if you get a chainsaw, you need safety gear, and you need helmets, you need gloves, and you need chaps. And I know chaps, you're saying that's kind of lame. Look at this. But you know what? I'm here to tell you they are not lame, because safety is super important. These saws start getting heavy after hours of using them, and if you're cutting all sorts of stuff and you just don't know that you're as tired as maybe you are, and it just takes one wrong move for this to jump, for this to slide, for this to pinch in a certain way, and you're in deep trouble. And where are you? Probably in the middle of nowhere, in the woods, by yourself. Hopefully with somebody overseeing everything you're doing. But if you're alone, you are in trouble, and you can't have that. So make sure you're using some safety gear. Big fan of the muffs already built in on the helmet, because you need to protect your ears. Running a chainsaw a long time, you don't want to go deaf. Good canvas leather gloves, just so, you know, God forbid you get a second to get that saw off your hands before these gloves stop working. And the chaps are the same way. This is not chain maul. This is just to keep some cutting off you for a second so you could get that chainsaw off. It's just protection. What's up, guys? I'm going to change gears real quick and talk to you about another option, because chainsaws are dangerous, chainsaws are expensive, and you can get away with a lot of stuff with a great handsaw. So let's cut back to the video. Also, I wanted to talk from another angle, because saws are so important, because saws can be a tool that you will be using so much. You might also want to invest in just a really good handsaw. And I'm gonna zoom in on this. I hope that comes in zoomed. This is a Zubat. It's made in Japan. I need Japanese steel. Well, this is a really good handsaw. And some of the other habitat management guys recommend this one. It's a Zubat. I'm sure you could figure out who that habitat manager is. If you do, drop a comment. I can tell you that this saw stays very sharp. This is very dangerous too. I've cut myself probably more times with this than anything else in the woods. But you can use this and get away with using this in the woods to do hinge cutting on a lot of trees that are, you know, under that 4-inch thick. Pretty easy, pretty great. I mean, you cut a little bit and you can pull that tree over real easy. And this doesn't require gas. This won't run out on you. And it's pretty light and easy to carry around. I always have this hanging on one of my bags just because I never know, again, when you're gonna need to cut something. I can't say it enough. I'm cutting all the time out there. All right, guys, so get some safety equipment. Get familiar with that chainsaw before you get out there. And you can be as enthusiastic about it as I am. And you'll find that this tool is one of the most versatile important things you could have out in the woods. It's remarkable. Again, I'm saying the same thing I started with, but I've used it so much for clearing roads, cutting firewood, hanging tree stands, making deer bedding, all sorts of stuff. Get familiar with it, be safe with them, and enjoy out there. Moving on, one other topic. Another thing that I found with the chainsaws is, you know, for years, you're taking this and you're mixing and doing that. And if you get that down, definitely super cost effective. But I never felt like I did it quite right. Never felt like my saws were running quite right. So I started using premix. And oh man, this is life changing. Yeah, I know, it might not be the most cost effective, but you know what? It's been really helpful for me. I get this size, I get the next size up. I head out into the woods, give it a little gentle jostle, fill up my saws. I know it's mixed 100% correctly. The saws seem to run super efficiently, and I'm pumped on the idea. So that was just another little idea as I'm pushing all sorts of chainsaws and safety gear. And that's all I got to say. Thanks for watching. All right, ranchers, thanks for sticking in and listening to this basic information on why I think chainsaws and a handsaw are so important to me around the ranch for my habitat needs. And hopefully I'll see you soon in the field on the next video with winter coming to an end, and I'll be back on the ranch soon and out of my workshop.